Hey everyone, Todd here, internalarchitect.com. And in this video, I am going to be talking about the biopsy I had today. Today is day 12 since this whole process started, and mentally I'm doing pretty good. Today we ended up getting a needle biopsy done over at the Shaw Clinic in Vale, and it turned out okay. Got to watch the ultrasound kind of check my armpit out, and it was kind of an interesting thing. I haven't had a needle biopsy like this done since we tried to do a bronchoscopy through my nose to get a sample of a lymph node in my chest. I was kind of knocked out for that, but I was totally awake for this. We just did it under local anesthesia, and for the most part, it was pretty good. There was one point where we hit something that sent a nerve off in me that was a little bit shocking, but that's to be expected. We did what is called an ultrasound needle biopsy. This is something that's done a little bit more in the breast cancer side of diagnosis, and it turns out that the head breast cancer doctor is who did my lymph node biopsy today, which was pretty cool. Ended up going through, just checking in and going through the standard stuff to start with, and then we just kind of got to look at my armpit. Sorry, I'm a little bit tender right now, but they made just a really small incision, and they were able to go in and get to that spot. Now they ended up having to go kind of deep on me because my lymph nodes that we are seeing that are enlarged a little bit are underneath my muscle, and so we had to kind of dig in sideways to be able to get to it. Now they can't just go in like vertically right into the lymph node because the ultrasound can't see it. So they have to go in through the side, and the ultrasound happens on top. It's a little bit of a harder way to do it, but they ended up getting a bunch of samples in order to really hopefully get the diagnosis. So it's not 100% that they'll get the diagnosis from this, but they got a lot of samples. They got a lot of fluid also, which should help with diagnosing of the lymphoma, if it is a lymphoma. So once it was all done, was able to just relax. Although I left just, kind of shaking. My body was in a bit of shock just from being probed like that, essentially, and kind of took a little bit of time. My feelings after going through this were really of just very indifferent. Just kind of was numb to part of this because my wife also was kind of the same, and we stopped. We actually had to spend some time in traffic coming back due to some rock scaling in one of the canyons. But so we had some time to just kind of sit and just kind of think about what the heck just happened. And yeah, indifferent is probably the best feeling that I can describe to you right now. I just didn't really have a whole lot to say. I just didn't really have a lot to think about. I just was glad that it was done, knowing that I'm a little bit closer to getting some answers to why my breathing isn't good. Although my wife had a good point today, is you keep saying that it's not cancer, it's not, where everything is pointing to that, and I just was like, I can't be 100% sure it is cancer until we get that pathology back. So I'm going to stay optimistic. I'm going to stay positive that maybe it isn't, chances are it is, but if I stay optimistic and positive, then that keeps the mindset right, and that keeps the mindset kind of focused forward, even though I know that the likelihood of it is. So yeah, we got the biopsy done today, and I knew it was going to be uncomfortable, and it was very uncomfortable. I mean, sitting with your arm kind of above your head for 15-20 minutes, and don't get me wrong, it's not like it's horrible, but just awkward, and my shoulders are all beat up from sports and snowboarding over the years, so just beat up from playing hard my whole life, so that's okay. I guess I'm just at a point where I know that this is done. My PET scan is in about 48 hours, 36 hours at this point, and it's going to be, fortunately I know what PET scans look like, so I'll be able to ask the radiologist there just if I can take a glance at it, and that'll give me knowledge of exactly kind of what we're up against. And I'm just going to be open. I'm not going to have any expectations of what I'm going to see, but nonetheless, this is about 36 hours from when that's going to happen there too. So, and then it's about 48 hours or so from when my appointment is with a little longer than that, but from when my oncologist appointment, hopefully giving us all the information that we need, and we can start figuring out how we want to tackle this, no matter which direction it goes. So yeah, it's kind of a heavy critical time right now. A little bit of waiting, a lot of just what do you do, So just trying to be positive, trying to just keep active and stay busy. And it was good because I ended up coming back. I ended up going to work today too, I can't lift anything with this arm. I mean, I have full motion for the most part with my arm right now. It feels strong, but I just don't want to mess with the incision and stuff like that. So I have a couple days of just kind of letting it do its thing and letting it heal. But it was nice to go back to work today to kind of take my mind off of what happened this morning and how everything kind of unfolded. And just so I guess at the end of the day, I'm feeling pretty good. I feel pretty confident, but I'm also open to whatever the issue and the possibility might be. So yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. I hope you guys have if you have any questions, hit me in the comment section below. If you're curious of what did it feel like, or how long did it take, and just stuff like that, please, by all means, and I'll hit you in the comments when I have a chance, and at least give you a little bit of insight of what you might be facing if you are going through this. So yeah, thank you for watching. I appreciate your time and energy, and I will see you on the next video.